I'm delighted to say we're going to get more on the Euros now and the build-up to the tournament and all things England and elsewhere with the former England manager, Sven-Göran Eriksson. Sven, very good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're well. Look, I just wanted to speak to you first about international the international contacts and jobs you've had over the years. I know it was Sweden, Italy, Portugal, England, where else? China, Mexico,
China.
yeah, the Philippines. So clearly, language a very key part of your success. And how much do you think that is important for budding managers across the world?
It's very important, not only for the manager. It's also important for the players coming to a new country. And I remember I left Sweden 82, many years ago. And at that time, I tried to learn Portuguese in a very old-fashioned way, a lot of grammatic and things like that. Today, they have a totally different method. And if you take, for example, Rosetta Stone, which is a brilliant language school, you learn the language in another way. You listen, you repeat, and you concentrate on what do you want to learn in English, for example, to write or to talk or whatever it is. So it's very special and it's great fun. It's much easier today, but still, it's very, very important.
I mean, and you had to learn those languages. Quite a few of them you speak in your career. I know that this England team have a few players who are overseas. You know, you think of the pair at Borussia Dortmund, Jude Bellingham and Jadon Sancho and Kieran Trippier as well. And I know in your time you had a couple of players who played overseas. How important is that for the players?
It's very important. You have to communicate with your teammate on the pitch, but also off the pitch. If you're a player and you don't know the language in the country you're working, life is boring. I mean, it's not only football. If you're going home, you're going to read newspaper, television, you're going to dinner with other teammates maybe, and you don't understand what they're talking about. So it's crazy. And furthermore, you might be married and your wife sitting at home, not understanding anything of the new country's language. That's all. So you have to learn it. And it's a must. For me, the players I bought when I had a club around the world, I forced them really to learn the new language.
5 years you spent with England, Sven, several major tournaments in there, so I know you'll be keeping a close eye on England's prospects in this one. How do you assess their squad and their chances in this tournament, especially with so much home advantage?
Yeah, you are right. The 3 first games are on Wembley, and of course that's a great advantage. Furthermore, I think England has a brilliant squad. Some injuries now I heard about, but still it's very, very strong. And what they have especially, they have a goal scorer in Keane. He will score a lot of goals, for sure. They have a lot of pace in the team. Counter-attacks will be a big weapon for England. And they have experienced players, but young, hungry players as well. So I think England can go very far in this tournament.
Well, they may well do, but they've also got a couple of injured players or players at least coming back from long-term breaks, Sven. And I know that seems to be a theme throughout the years with England ahead of a tournament. I know you dealt with that. You know, when it comes to injuries, Harry Maguire, Jordan Henderson, what are your thoughts of taking those players who may be slightly injured to a major tournament?
I think it's right to take them because if you don't take them, they're completely out. And they are too good to not be in the squad. Then you might gamble or maybe they can't play the first game and the second. But England will be in the tournament for a long time. We had the same thing at my time, many years ago, with Beckham once, with Rooney another time. And you're sitting there, you're wondering, Southgate, shall I take them or you have to take them. They are too important for the country. And if you don't take them, you will regret that because you never know what would have happened with them.
And you did take them, but then it led to repeated questioning about their fitness and the the importance of having them there or the distraction of having them there. Is it a distraction, Sven?
Well, it was a little bit in the beginning. Beckham injured, not playing, and of course the media it was a media circus around that, and that was not positive. But I don't think that was not important for the final result. I don't think.
Okay, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that, and that it won't be a distraction. Look, when it comes to attacking options, I'm going to ask you about another player who often picks up an injury, Harry Kane. Look, how important is he to England, and who would you play alongside him?
He is extremely important. He is one of the best goal scorers in Europe, and I mean, he can be the goal scorer #1 in the Euros if he's fit all the time. So let's hope really for that. Well, who's going to play together with him? Well, Southgate, he has a lot of players who can do that. First of all, will he play 2 strikers or will he play 1 striker central and 2 wide and things like that? But I mean, you have so many. You have Foden, you have Sterling, you have Mount. Yeah, you have a lot of them. So it's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
sure.
it's an exciting squad, all right, Sven. Look, Harry Kane will take a penalty if it comes to that, and of course there's always the prospect of penalty shootouts when you get deeper into the tournament. England have had issues with that over the years, although it could be argued they're over that. What would your advice be?
Well, I think Southgate already he has a mental coach for everything, but also for penalty shootouts, because when you're coming to a penalty shootout, it's not about the technique. It's all about to be relaxed. It's all about the mental strength you have in that moment. So I didn't do it, and I regret that I didn't take in one, because you saw the result, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess it's all about being clear with which players are going to do it and make sure they're comfortable about how they prepare for that. Look, I just want to ask you about a situation that is surrounding the England camp at the moment. It's about taking the knee and whether or not teams should do that, and the reaction from some sections of the crowd. You'll be aware that the England team have been booed recently when they've taken the knee. You know, what are your thoughts on the subject?
First of all, booing the team because of that's awful. That shouldn't happen. It's a shame, probably. I mean, that kneeing in the Premier League, that's fantastic. That's going around all the world. And it's a powerful demonstration. It's fantastic. I love it. And I hope really England will go on with it during the Euros as well. It's a strong message. And it should be applauded, not bowed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the criticism the England players get these days seems to be on social media, Sven, and I know that's just exploded really since your England days, a much bigger thing now. Players, while it works to their benefit, of course, social media, but they've also been subjected to many levels of abuse on social media. You know, how much extra pressure do you think that adds to a player, and how dangerous is that for their mental well-being?
Well, everything which can disturb the team, the harmony in the team, the atmosphere in the team is bad, of course. Bad distractions. So I really hope that all the players are clever, how to use it, how to read it and things like that. I'm not a specialist on it, so I really don't know how it works. But of course, all those things are great in the life we live, but it can also be dangerous. I understand that.
Yeah, what would you do, Sven? Would you stop them using their phones? Is that possible?
No, I don't think so. I think putting out a rule you can't control 100%, and which makes no. I mean, young people today, they are used to have the mobile phone with them, and no, you cannot take away that. I don't think so.
Well, here's a final question for you, Sven, and I'm sure you'll be asked this if you bump into any England fans or supporters over the next few weeks. Can they win it? They're the 4-1 favourites, England, for the tournament, to win the tournament ahead of France, ahead of Belgium. Can they do it?
Lucky with injuries, no very important players injured. Not too tired. Remember that 3 of the English Premier League teams played finals in Europe recently. They had a very little rest. A little bit of luck you need, and with that you can do it. Yes, I think so.
Luck and some good penalty takers and no injuries. OK, Sven, listen.
Also, yes.
It's wonderful to speak to you. Thanks very much for joining us. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye.